Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
And it is a beautiful morning, and the Lord has made. I do believe that wherever you are watching from the coffee break conversation, you are doing so great. And besides the weather being so much interactive in all the lives of people, those who are going for work, in your businesses, whatever it could be, what I can say is we are here to see that we share with you things related to the older persons in Uganda. Mostly, we have had the challenging things affecting the older persons. It is the health services which are kind of limiting, or most of the older persons have not gotten the opportunity to get services. And joining us in this beautiful conversation is Madam Rachel Babidi. She is the director of Rehab Wellness Center. It's a good pleasure to see you, Rachel. Good morning.
It's a pleasure. Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm blessed, I would say.
Amen.
How are you, viewers?
I'm doing great.
I hope you're blessed and you're going to be blessed through this program.
Amen. And next to her is Madam Samalie Ssensonga, yes, the program's coordinator, Rehab Wellness Center. It's a good pleasure to see you, Mama.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
I greet you, viewers, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Amen. Maybe to start off with our conversation with Madam Rachel, tell us about the Rehab Wellness Center. What is it all about? Who initiated it? Maybe you can start from there.
Thank you, Madam Ritah.
Is okay? You can proceed.
Rehab Wellness Center was established in 2022.
2022.
Actually, it had been running as a Rehab Limited.
Okay.
Doing different merchandise, businesses, and all that, different trainings in public relations, in nutritional medicine, and many other things. And then in 2020, we decided it was I and my partner.
Yes.
Unfortunately, she's late. Lucy Simbi. And we decided to see there was a gap of caregivers. So many people whom we knew, professionals, had retired. But then they lacked the services of who would take care of them. And many of the people in Uganda, the young people, were looking forward to going to work in the diaspora or work in Dubai. Then we said, why don't we train caregivers, even if they're going abroad, but some of them would stay here. Unfortunately, that was 2020 January.
Yes.
So we're still working on it, making sure that we recruit. We're supposed to start our classes in March. 2020 March 20, there was a lockdown.
Yes.
So our classes couldn't go on. And then we said, well, let's reach out in the community during the lockdown. We're training young students or pupils and mothers on nutrition, sewing masks, and we had sewing machines. We said, I think now we'd rather go community. So after the lift of the lockdown of the COVID, we decided to register Rehab Wellness Center as a community-based organization, offering different services, because we were already reaching out in the community, and we felt would be more relevant. That's where we trained some of the people who came to register as nutrition therapy and herbalists, and also the caregivers were already taking care of the elderly from home, what to eat, how to work with them, those with dementia, those ones with stroke, their lifestyle, some of the exercises that you have, to give them so that really they get back and live well. And since then, we've been going on partnering with different organizations like Uganda Home of Older Persons. This year we organized the Active Aging Awareness Day, and it was very successful, and that is our day where we work with a leadership community development initiative and Uganda Home of Older Persons and some other well-wishers who join us to reach out to the older persons, because we felt like really they're being isolated. As much as we want to reach out to the youth and the mothers, but the elder people were really left out, and many of them didn't have even money to go to hospitals, yet the remedies were just near them, but they were not aware. So that's how we reached out to that elder person.
So what is the vision mission towards this?
Well, just as our motto says, knowledge is treasure.
Yes.
Once you have the knowledge and you treasure it, you can use it to be well. And that is our motto. So that when we reach out, when people have got the knowledge, either through some of the platforms where we share the remedies, or when they come to class and they learn, like those 8 months when they're there in class learning, or you're learning to become a caregiver, and you have the skill, you have the knowledge, you can help even those people within your home, and even beyond. Yes.
Great. Maybe to go to Madam Samalie Ssensonga, tell us how were you pulled to be part of this organization?
Well, I became part of this organization as a client or a patient.
A patient.
When I had been struggling with stroke.
A stroke, yes.
This side was so bent.
Yes.
Even the arm was so lame and weak.
Yes.
But I was a teacher.
You were a
I
teacher.
had just retired in 2020 as a secondary school teacher of English language and literature. So I was advised by Rachel that, the reason why you have some strength in your arm is because you have been using it on the blackboard and also marking and writing. So I kept on doing the exercises she taught me and taking the food. But surprisingly enough, by 2023, most of the people were asking me where I got the physiotherapy from, because at least this side had already changed and even the arm had changed. So if you had seen me, because I was teaching at Ritah High School, you could see that the arm was so weak and deformed.
Okay.
But now I can use it and it has strength because of the diet and advice which I got from Rehab Awareness Center. She's not the only one who gave me therapy that helped me, because in 2023 we had a group which was studying nutritional therapy in Rehab Awareness Center, because at the time I was the program coordinator. We had Dr. Mawanda. And then he put me on oranges. Yes. I would eat 6 oranges for a month.
6 oranges?
Every day.
6 oranges?
Eating. When I've just removed the peel, but the white, I eat the white and 6 oranges a day for a month. But after that time, I realized that my eyesight had come back. And then when I had given the therapy to one of the patients who had the pressure of onions, because she put me on onions and another herb called green heart. But when I gave the onions to one of the patients, she also gained sight, because I was using double lens glasses when I was teaching. But then I started looking in the Bible and reading. Even these small letters I can now read without glasses. So I really don't know much about the values which are the oranges and the onions, but now I can read my Bible and I can read everything without using the glasses. So I stopped using the glasses. So that was the first testimony which I gave out through the class that we passed out in 2023. As a team which we passed out of students who had studied in Rehab Awareness Center.
Maybe you can print for us a picture. Before you reached out to Rachel, how was the situation? Were you able to reach out to the health centers to help you when you were not okay? Give us a picture. How was it?
Well, I had gone to one of the health centers, which is very, very expensive in our town, in a town council of Sika, called Spring Hill Medical Hospital. And the doctor had recommended that I go for a CT scan because of the side being what?
Yes. Lame.
But I got so scared. I said, CT scan, which checks the brain. I decided not to go there. So maybe that's why it took long to heal, but I don't know. But however, with these remedies, just took me 1 year. And then people are saying, how come you look different? Because even from the facial expression, even when I went for this new identity card, national identity card, the officer said, but you look different. But I said, now I'm aged. And I've taken a lot of therapy. So at least that's what I got from her. In 2 years' time, I had recovered, whereas I lost 10 years when I was with medical, trying this and that capsules, reducing salt, but there was no improvement.
But to go to Rachel, first give us a story. When you met her, how was the situation like? And it kind of disturbs some people because handling older persons is kind of a challenge to most of the people. So how were you able to really, because we see the results here, they can easily speak for themselves. Yes, please.
Actually, Madam Ssensonga approached me saying, you have a CBO, can I be employed? And then she had come with her CV, detailed one, everything. I said, okay, let's sit. And we had to sit in my office and we discussed things so that I wanted to know her, who really she is, and her background, being a teacher, once upon a time being a DO, that side in Ginger. And I said, no, I really need to know her more. Then she told her story, and I found that having worked with older persons, she really wanted to be busy again. But then I told her that I see your facial expression, one side has drooped and one is, it wasn't balanced. It was, should I say, it was lame. And the arm. So she told me a story and said, okay, much as you really want to be engaged in having a job, it's very good, but now we are more or less volunteering. We haven't really established much of ourselves. We'll be volunteering, but I want you to get on this, Dad. And then, when someone has had a stroke, or even the older persons, we look at an individual holistically. Your social support, your financial support, your exercises that you do, and the environment that you really are staying in. But also, are there some events in your life that frustrated you, that excited you, and you go to that situation, so that we don't look at it at only the nutrition, but it is holistic. And this is where we engaged, and then I found that, well, there could be some areas, and I told her, right now, we are not yet there, because it is 2022 and some children are going back to school, others are rent and disclosed, but we're reaching out to the young children. And she said, I'll come through, I'll talk to them, counsel them, and then as I'm on this dad. And she was receptive really to take on the dad. Because some people, you tell them the dad, they say, taking onion juice? Say, no, you take it, because we are looking at food. With the beauty of food as medicine is that the choice that we make can promote your health, or can promote our health, just beginning with a single meal. Just a single meal. It could be just one meal, and you start feeling a change. She was very receptive. And then we started from there, and she would come back, and she opened up more to me to get some counseling sessions, some of the areas that were challenging her. And then I said, some of the exercises that you need to do. And some of you, the very exercises usually I talk about when you don't have to run. Sometimes you may not be able to skip the rope, like in her situation, but tapping your pressure points so that circulation would improve. And also clapping the hands, smiling, and making sure that you're happy. If you love music, you listen to music, and she loves music, and she's a singer. So change some of these things, and you will get better. And that's how we started working together. And then said, why doesn't she become the programs coordinator? Because she wanted really to reach out. And since my partner had already passed away, Ssensonga, so she became another handy person.
Yes. In the same line, you mentioned something which has come into my mind. Maybe should we say that the challenges these older persons face when it comes to the health issues, at times it's not medication which is the key, but the diet, the nutrition,
the diet, and the lifestyle.
Okay.
The attitude that you have. Do you have a gratitude attitude?
Exactly.
Try to look at your life as a half-filled glass rather than as a half-empty glass. Try to be positive, be thankful for the little or the blessings that God has given you. And you start looking at life in such a way that life is good.
Yes.
Rather than always complaining. When you complain, we have a chemical conversion that is released in our bodies. And then stress comes up, ulcers come up, and it affects the immune system.
Right.
And you're not a happy somebody. We want happy older persons who are grateful and are able to tell how God has blessed them.
Yes.
As you share your stories, you find that you empower others, but also you feel like that joy you're passing it on.
Right. Yes. Samalie, what is your thoughts about that?
Well, in most of the sessions when they're teaching the students of nutritional therapy, I used to attend in person, and I would learn a few things, because one of the most interesting modules is what she calls God's pharmacy in the kitchen. I loved it because, I have 7 grandchildren.
Yes.
2 of them are living in Nairobi, so I normally communicate on phone, but they like Ugandan food. And when they came over to Uganda, actually we tried to engage them with a lot of Ugandan food.
Okay.
And they really liked it, so every time they're craving for Ugandan food. So when I learned that God is part of our kitchen, and the pharmacy which He puts for everyone is in the kitchen, then I tried teaching most of the women. The young women don't know how to cook.
Yes.
Most of them have been, my life in person, I was a boarding child from P1 up to university. Boarding throughout. Okay. So most of the time this kitchen work was not part of me.
Okay.
So I would find food ready on the table. So when I got these exercises and different dishes and what the lessons, I really learned a lot, and I've been sharing it to others. Because as our motto says, knowledge is treasure.
Yeah.
I've tried to go to schools with her, because being an educationist, I really find that most of the schools are training our girls and boys in a way that does not promote.
Okay, proceed. Can proceed.
That does not promote health.
Yes. Proceed. Okay.
So I've been engaging as a program coordinator of Rehab Wellness Center in secondary schools and primary schools, and I normally visit their music, dance and drama competitions and their functions for end of year activities. Primary call them whatever they call them, sports events, and what I normally attend, and they have given me life. That's why I learned that our nursery school teachers really take long to age.
Yes, sure.
And if you look at your nursery teacher on your graduation, when she comes and you introduce her as your nursery teacher, people say, no, you are a nursery teacher, and she looks so young. So most of the nursery school teachers are young because of the way they engage in school and their work. Okay. They do a lot of physical exercises every day, dancing, singing. Singing is very good for the breath and for whatever I call it, soul healing. Because when you sing a song, or even hear a hymn, because I'm a Christian, you feel somehow changed in your life. So when you take your meal, you even sweat, and the digestion is good because of the exercises that you've done, dancing and singing, and that's how I've managed to keep on going.
Great. All right, let us get into a quick commercial break. We'll be coming back with more of the conversation with Madam Rachel, the Director, Rehab Wellness Center, and Madam Samalie Ssensonga. Yes, still talking about the promoting health and well-being among the older persons in Uganda. What is the way forward? We have heard it's not about the medication. Most of the older persons opt or they think a medicine can be able to treat or deal with the illnesses or issues which are disturbing their bodies. But think about the diet, the nutrition, the food, the activities that you do every day will be able to impact so that you can live a healthy life and see your grandchildren or even enjoy wherever you are. And let's get into the break, then we'll be coming back.
This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission. This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Yes, and welcome back from the quick commercial break. Rubber Wellness Center is the way to go for all the older persons who are having issues with their bodies, whatever it could be. This center will be able to help you so that you live a healthier life and live long. And Rubber, now we want to look into what are the common health issues affecting older persons that they encounter. Maybe Madam Samalie N, Ssensonga, you are an elderly mama, and I think you have met so many older persons wherever you are. What are the most common health issues affecting them?
Well, most of the first and very disturbing problem is dementia.
Okay.
or forgetfulness.
Yes, yes.
They normally forget things. They tend to their memory. They lose their memory. All persons lose their memory. Other than sight and hearing, they normally lose their memories. But one of the remedies which I recommend, which I found effectful, is reading or keeping engaged in reading once a while. If you're literate, try to read, even if it is newspapers, magazines, the Bible, the Quran, other scripts, but keep on reading at least some lines or chapters a week.
Yes.
The eyes and the brain will keep on. The brain is a box, like the RAM in a computer.
Yeah.
So it stores a lot of knowledge. So once you keep on reminding the brain about certain things, when you read or study, carry out studies, you'll find yourself not forgetful. Then the other problem they normally have is nimbleness, or stiffness of the joints, and some get arthritis. They can't kneel or squat and latrines and that kind of thing. But what I found is there is an exercise a certain gentleman from Korea taught us of doing like a frog exercise, as he called it. You somehow try to squat without touching the ground, and you get up, you squat about 5 times every day. You find that you don't lose the nimbleness but some children have a problem. They put their parents on these toilets which are for sitting and not squatting. So you find that they end up losing the exercise of squatting. And even kneeling, you find that most of the time, if you keep on practicing, when the pain has just started, you can consult the medical personnel or medical health centers. But as we said earlier in the first episode, diet should be engaged in. Because if you are eating a lot of meat and fatty things, you'll find that then you have many complications in the joints. So you have to reduce the fatty food, and then you reduce on processed food like spaghetti, there's ice cream and cheese. So you reduce that.
Okay.
And if you want to keep on being fit, as we call it, then you should try to eat a lot of fresh food. When it is cassava or sweet potatoes, matoke, try to eat it when it is fresh. And when it is meat, roast it, try to boil it without frying it. So you find that most of the older persons wish to take a lot of sugar.
Yes.
In that time, sugar was not so much of a problem.
That's right.
That I have to reduce on the sugar intake if you want to keep active and you become healthy. But every ailment that you feel, and you don't have people like Rachel who are nutritionists or who have nutritional therapy, go to the medical center.
Yes.
Most of the older persons are dying because they go to pharmacies or drug stores, drug shops.
Yes.
And they keep the medicine which they have been given for an ailment. The packet, they can keep the packet. Every time they get that same problem or pain, they go back, give me this one, give me this one. They have to, they do self-medication, which is dangerous.
Yes.
So try to engage and go for medical checkups. I went to Mlago Cancer Institute when I had problems with my breast. And after 2 months of treatment and the tests, I was told I'm free of cancer.
Oh.
So don't be afraid of going to health centers and the medical personnel.
Okay, Madam Director Rachel, you have had from her some of the common health issues that older persons encounter. As the Rehab Awareness Center and you're the director, have you encountered some cases of some common health issues with the older person, and how have you managed to overcome some of them? Have you witnessed some of the challenges with some individuals?
Yes, actually, many older persons, as she said, is dementia. And some of them, they've gone all the way to Alzheimer, forgetfulness.
Yes.
But it's not only among the older persons who are 60 and above. We're finding it also in the younger ones because of some things that we don't eat or that we eat in plenty. In Uganda, we endowed with lots of sim, but many of us don't want to eat it. And yet it boosts our joints, that is the calcium for our joints, the trace minerals, the memory, that is our brain, so that it is intact. And we encourage, if possible, eat at least 4 tablespoons every day. Then we have coconut. And I have a number of them who had really gotten so, they were really, the dementia was like, they'll see and say, do I know you? I don't remember you. They said, can we get on some of the things that we eat?
Yes.
But also making this person happy. Some of the older persons are so lonely and we leave them in their houses alone. They don't have someone to talk to. When someone tells his or her story or things that they used to do, they engage in, you are a teacher. You may not go 5 days a week to teach, but you may teach that one thing maybe at a church, maybe in a community, a group of men and women. Share what you used to do. Maybe if it is a primary school, this person could go there only once a week, but can meet some of those younger, the young ones. Maybe it's primary, maybe it's secondary, and then that one day he or she is there for 2 hours or 3 hours. He or she activates the memory or the brain cells. They don't really die away, and you find that it really helps them. Okay. Some of them have gone back to do some of those. Others, they engage in hobbies that they love to do, and they say, why don't you now do it, in such a way that you meet people. Maybe you charge a fee, and that is an income that gets through because now your income is less, but you enjoy it and you love doing it. But we encourage on the diet, the lifestyle, that is the exercise that they need to do, and also to go for checkups, because someone may come and say, this is my problem, I feel a pain here, and they say, can you do a thorough checkup so that I know what I'm treating? Because we don't do the blood tests ourselves at Rehab Wellness Center, only the quantum analysis, where you put your palm on that machine and then everything comes on the computer, and we're able to see the different organs and the different mineral or toxicity level in your body with the different organs, as well as the bones and the eyes and all that. Then we can advise, but we say medical checkups. Wherever there are medical checkups or health camps for older persons, older people, please go there. Go there, even the hospitals, go there and find out what your situation is like. Then when you come talk to us, it becomes easier for us to advise accordingly.
Great. So let's look at the area of quality care for the older persons, especially in the rural areas. What are some of the barriers?
Quality care.
Yes.
In rural areas, it's quite challenging.
Yes.
Some of these mothers and fathers, they've been left in dire poverty.
Yes.
The hygiene is poor. They don't have the energy to clean up the place, and some of them, they fall sick because of the contamination that they get in the environment. And at times, the people who stay with these older persons, they don't understand that this older person has really started becoming forgetfulness, and the forgetfulness or the dementia set in, and they'll ask, did you say today is Tuesday? Yes, today is Tuesday. When they ask the third time, the carer or the person who is staying with this person may become irritated and the way they answer them. So some of them, they fear to even say what they wanted to say because of the people who are taking care of them. They don't include them also sometimes in the conversation. And then let's talk about our things. They are really old people, they don't understand. And they become very lonely because we don't include them in maybe some of the house chores. Like I have my mother, she's 82. Okay. And she was a home economics teacher. She loves to come in the kitchen, and usually she'll grab the sink and check the dishes washed. Then she'll say, let me dry them, because she's now weak. She goes to sleep, sometimes sitting down and resting. And at times we keep on telling her, Mom, stop. But at times we remember that she hasn't done anything, let her do that and become engaged. So the way we handle some of these people, and in the rural area, the health facilities are quite far. So the carers who are with them, the caregivers, if they knew what to do, maybe they're empowered with first aid, because sometimes something may happen and this person may not be able to reach the nearest health center. So we really advocate that many of the carers, be it that they're in the rural area, to have first aid skills so that they can be able to handle some of those, cases. Also, the carers, many of them don't know that these people have aged, and the way we talk to them, the way we feed them is totally different. You may find that you're going to give, small meals like every 2 hours, like a young child, because the body has gone back to be young. Will not wait until 4 hours or 6 hours to get another meal. But you find that the older person is left at home, is given only breakfast, and these people go in the garden or they go elsewhere to work, and they'll come back at 3. And you find this older person already is shivering and can't even speak. And you know what they think? Oh, let's go to the hospital. Instead of preparing something very fast and giving him or her a meal, sometimes they may not even make it. The person collapses, goes into, becoming unconscious, but it's because of hunger. Yes.
Great. Yes, Madam Samalie, what is your view about that?
Well, the view is that if anything, the government should come in, because as we speak, most of the young, our daughters and grandchildren who would take care of us, especially mine, are abroad. So I stay alone in my home. It's only holiday when they pass by and just visit for 3 days or 5 days, but that's not enough, because attacks normally come in the night. So you find that these people, the old people, I advise that the government makes sure that they give us enough support so that our children don't go abroad, our grandchildren don't go abroad to work, we stay with them. And then in our health center, we had requested and they had agreed to give us a day, especially for older persons, where our doctors, because the special doctors, people don't know that there are special doctors for older persons, because our ailments are different. So doctors should be there on that day, and we take our older persons for treatment. But some health centers and big hospitals, they don't take this. They don't give older persons special days or tell them that you have special doctors to come and visit. So they just go to any person, any medical personnel, which at times makes the ailment bigger or difficult to cure. That's why they normally pass on. And we found out that women live longer than men.
That's right.
So when we did a survey in our area, we registered 498 older persons between the age of 60 and 91. The eldest was 91. So far, 2 have passed away. So we have 496 who are between 60 years of age and the eldest now is 90. This year, we did it this year in May, from March to May. So we found out that their problems, mainly, as I said, loneliness, neglect, and feeling, because some have been engaged as civil servants earlier on, they feel dissatisfied with the way that they're being treated or handled, because some end up not getting their pension, and even the pension is limited. You end up using it on a few things here and there. So that's why I said the government should come in. We have Minister of Gender, and normally go there for meetings when we're preparing for other persons' days. But some of these things have not been addressed, but some are going to be addressed, as have been promised, like reducing the age to 60 for getting that small income, the regular income of 25,000, because they now give it to those of 80 and above. But want to reduce it to 60 years and increase it to 50,000. But they had said recommendation had come through. Hopefully it might be better than being without anything. I just said The children go to school, whom they give you as grandchildren. They come back at 5 or 6. Now imagine what happens in between. 7 in the morning they go, they come back at 6. So in between, what does the older person feed on? What does she do? How does he or she live? So we should have programs. And that's why our programs have now gone to different areas which we had not started with. We now go to the community on our media, our radios, as we call them, We go to churches and mosques and schools, and we try to teach them part of this information and knowledge about handling older persons. So in Wasifa, you find that most of them now know how to handle an older person through rubber awareness and programs. Great.
So give us your overview or your comment about older persons who engage into skills like some creativities. I think
they do.
Has also added an impact on their well-being.
It does, because we have women, as I said, are the majority in that group which we have registered, and they sit at times in groups or in areas where they are comfortable in our zones, and they weave, because they're specialists in mats. They make very good mats, and others baskets, a bibbo. Some of them do that, and they take time, because during that session they talk about their time, what is going on in the nation. Some don't have radios or TVs, so the others who have chance of listening tell the others, hey, you know what, it is campaign time now, who is coming, so and so they really don't feel so much left out in the society. So we engage them and they engage. But the men, as I've said, we've had problems with the men, because most of them, their games have been really taken out of their hands, like Omweso. Some of them were saying, hey, if they put Omweso in a good, comfortable place, we can play it. But our boys come and they want it for money. We don't want to play for money, we want to play for leisure. So that's a problem.
Okay. Maybe to Madam Rachel, as we are winding up, tell us some of the programs and implementations that your center is handling to ensure that you support older persons.
Okay, at Rehab Wellness Center and Busika Town Council at Bugema, we're training caregivers. We offer services to make sure that a caregiver, someone who is taking care of the older persons, know what to do. There are some short sessions, some of them are on one-to-one. Already someone has got an older person, yet others come in and register to do the class. And that takes 6 months. And also nutrition therapy and herbalism. But also the short ones that are like 1 day to 5 days with the theme God's Pharmacy in your kitchen. And we also go into some things like foods that heal and prevent, say, diabetes or high blood pressure or memory loss. We try to customize them, and it could be just 1 day whereby we meet and we offer that. Also some short skills, those want to learn how to make creams, those want to learn how to make those cottage businesses. But also we are organizing where we'll have training to reach out mainly to the borders, because usually they're the first people on the scene of accident getting the first aid. But even others, everybody, maybe if in a household there would come one person who is trained in first aid, would go back and train the others in the house. We are working on that program where we could reach out, and we are organizing in partnership with other NGOs to make sure that we have Uganda Home of Older Persons, but we have a home that is established in Busika Town Council, where we would have some of those who are really vulnerable, and someone is being left there, but everyone, maybe the relatives are so busy, and they could bring them in and would really take care of that older persons. We're organizing that home as well.
All right.
But we encourage families, please don't neglect your parents or your aunties when they grow old. Check on them. We found that actually what makes people age very fast You wake up in the morning, you hear the bird singing, but there's communication.
Yeah.
Even the phone takes the whole day, nobody has called that mama. You only call maybe on the weekend. Try to engage them. Send a text or even call and say, how are you, mama? How are you? And the older persons who are IT literate, using the technology, let them have the WhatsApp group of the older persons. Each one will check on each other. And you find that there is a way they feel that they're not left out.
And lastly, are there some cultural beliefs and stigmas that affect how older persons are treated or supported?
There are plenty.
Just like 3 of them.
Okay, some people, they feel like an older person, mukazi mulogo, msajja mulogo, and even the young people, they try to run away when they see an older person. They see someone with gray hair like Madam Ssensonga. Someone with gray hair is very old, run away. And you find that even the young children, sometimes they fear, or even the mothers, they say, Njaku itirom kadoli. So the children grow up thinking that an older person is an evil person. Please, let's love them. Let's show them respect so that we uphold their dignity. Yes.
Madam Samalie, one point about that.
One point about that, normally people think that, I don't know what to call it in English. My English has now gone bad and a cake.
Okay.
But they say, ntondo. But ntondo is a dissatisfaction of not being satisfied with life.
Okay.
Even you find a young boy of 23, don't think that elder persons are the ones with ntondo. People don't want to be blamed. Okay. Being Christians, we know that God gave us a lot of advice in our Bible.
That's right.
So try your level best to treat your fellow person as you want to be treated, so that he wouldn't have the ntondo. If you treat me well, how can I be bad or feel bad about you? And then much of the advice which I gave before we wind up, try to write even what you don't like, things that have affected you in life or the persons in your free time. Try to write it down. It will be passed on to generations, and then they wonder, Jaja so and so lived up to 100 years, but she said this and that. And in written form, I've written 3 books guiding students or learners on how to use a lot of English, both in secondary school and primary.
All right. Thank you so much.
And on writing, actually I have the heirloom book. She has written hers, the life of your story. Usually we encourage the older persons to write, and it is the script that can be followed easily. She has written hers, and I'm glad that her children already know her story. Yes.
Thank you so much, Rachel, and thank you so much, Mama Samalie.
You're welcome.
You represented the older persons, and I do believe they have been watching us. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the program. Just to remind you that the Ssensonga government coming in to help the older persons when it comes to their well-being. Our communities, family members, you are the first priority to ensure that that old mama, that old papa, that wherever they are, you are really checking up on them and they are having a good life. Then the rest of the things shall be just an addition. Talk about the stigma and the beliefs, cultural beliefs which are really affecting these older persons. We do believe that we need to change our mind state, the way we look at these people, because they have been here, they have seen the world. So we need to have them so that we can live a long life. Otherwise, my name is Ritah and Nandera. Thank you so much for being part of this coffee break conversation. Allow me to wish you a blessed Monday. See you tomorrow, the same time, the same day, only on Church of Uganda Family TV. Bye-bye.
This is Church of